What's going on, Leo? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the month of September 2024. So in this reading, Leo, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for September. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you and so much more regarding September 2024. So before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance, Leo, for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does happen to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would really appreciate that over here down south, even though... And, yes, so you're welcome here, smash that like button, etc. Let's pull the energy for September. For some of you, I'm getting that song, Wake Me Up When September Ends. So maybe you want to sleep through September, for most of you, but that's not going to happen. Yeah, it's not, no, for a good reason, you know. But hope. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Leo for September. Wow. Hold on, Leo. Hold on. Thanks, universe. Okay, Leo, so this is a time for you in September 2024 to really alchemize a lot of uncertainty in your life right now. You know, your opportunities to embrace the uncertainty surrounding your life direction and certain things that may be up in the air, and really like making the best out of the worst with this energy. There's definitely some sort of thing that you're going to be letting go of, and you're going to be moving towards a new beginning in September 2024. I feel that for a lot of you, this has to do with your Dharma, your purpose in life, and for a lot of you, there's something about you extracting a lot of the hard lessons that you've gone through recently, or even that you're still going through now, Leo. And you're going to learn, like, there's something about you potentially communicating these lessons into like a book, or speaking about it, or really making it part of like your story. Because life is an interesting thing, you know, everything that happens in life is neutral, right? Like, we get to decide what things mean for us. And I think the idea of you, there's something about you letting go of a sad story. And there's something about you, like, okay, let me explain what I'm getting for you very strongly, Leo. Like, there's been things happening to you recently, or even right now, that it's like, for a while you were like struggling, like thinking, why is this like such a sad story? Like, I could never imagine my life becoming like, why is it such a sad story? But in September 2024, you're gonna realize that it was a sad story, but it's time for you to transform that sad story into an empowered story. So it's like a lot of the things that you were wishing weren't happening, you're now, as not to say that it's easy, but now you're going to have the opportunity to capitalize on certain hardships. And once you embrace them, Like once you embrace the energy of the hardships or the uncertainty, because there's really something here about uncertainty, especially surrounding your legacy, like you get to determine what your legacy is. You do. Because no one has lived your life. No one has walked a day in your shoes, Leo. So what I really get from this is like the worst possible things that have happened to you that you recently have been slipping into, like, oh, my life is a sad story, are now going to be turned into absolute truth that's going to help people heal and yourself heal. And like on that front, your opportunity for September is Mary Magdalene, Teacher Awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. Right? So we got Mary here. And this is definitely about you embracing your own wisdom here and being willing to help other people with what you've gone through. That's just what it's coming through as here. And there's something about wisdom being extracted from some sort of painful emotional lesson, right? Like Mary, if you look at Mary, she was branded as a prostitute. She did some things in like even the earlier part of her life that people would laugh at or try to discredit her about, but Mary doesn't care. And Mary is actually like the example of you determine your legacy, not anyone else. You do. And, for many of you, there's going to be attacks on your legacy, attacks on your something hard that you've gone through. Like people can be judging you for going through hardship, or people could have judged you, Leo, for making the decisions that you made up until this point in your life. But you're going to find a way to alchemize that. And you're going to find a way to teach other people what you've learned as you go through this experience. Okay? Now, you also have Jwal Kul, Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. So this card comes out when it's reminding you that everything is unfolding as it should. Now, that's the hard part, right? It's like when we're going through difficult situations and you get a message that everything's going as it should. It's part of your Dharma, it's part of your purpose in life, and it's a part of there's some sort of path that you're going to be dedicating yourself to now, Leo, of really embracing your fate. Like true and good people embrace whatever destiny throws at them as if they chose it. So here's the big key for you. There's something coming through about how everything you've been struggling with is related to your childhood trauma that you may have blocked out. There's also something about the feminine energy that you need to be aware of. I feel like there's a mother wound that you're healing at this time, Leo. And it's not to say that whether you are a mother or whether this is, trauma that you picked up from your own mother, this is not a negative thing. This is a holistic, inclusive thing where everyone that you meet has a certain level of disorderly, unregulated trauma within their life. It's like rupture without finding a harmonious solution, right? There's still that rupture. And like, there's that with you with feminine energy in general. So if you're a Leo, there's something about weird energy with feminine energy that you're going to learn to transmute here. Maybe it's you have a hard time with your mother, or you're having a hard time being a mother, or you're having a hard time making like female friends, or if you're a male, for the male Leos out there, I'm telling you, the male Leos watching this, women are not objects, brothers. And I'm not saying that like a lot of the high conscious Leos out there, but this is just for some of the haters that I know watch this. Like, you're not like, you can't rely on your mommy to pay your stuff and then also be like, my girl is a dog. Like, dog. Okay? Like, someone just needed to hear that. It's not for most of you. Okay? So this is something to be embraced, but you also have Diana, focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high and expect the best possible outcome. So this is a time to embrace uncertainty, but also to have a plan as you move through it. Like, there are certain things that are out of your control. The moon card in your opportunity is to recognize your subconscious patterns as well, because the moon is your unconscious side. It's the side of you that is automatic, right? And so this is something for you to look at, but also I feel this is about reprogramming your subconscious mind. Reprogramming the subconscious mind, because here's the thing, Leo, and this is what you're going to be teaching about, okay? A lot of you are going to be teaching, writing, or just learning about a certain subconscious program that was running on autopilot up until this point in your life. Let me repeat that for every single Leo watching this. There is going to be so much clarity coming in for you about a certain unconscious programming that has been running your life on a subconscious level. And in in September 2024, it's all going to be made obvious. And for a lot of you, it has to do with your childhood. But this goes deeper, because now what you're learning is going to improve your family life. It's going to make your relationship with your significant other really strong. And it's something that's going to heal everything that you've been going through. And I feel for many of you, it's a shift in perspective that's challenging, because maybe there's something to do with ego, like I couldn't have been wrong this whole time, or I must have been doing it right the whole time. Sometimes we have to look at it from a different perspective, and that the reason I say that is because your challenge is the Hanged Man, which is about looking at something from a different perspective. It's about a temporary moment of enlightenment, and it's about surrendering to something. Surrendering the unconscious programming, and also allowing it to run and observe yourself. Like something that I would advise you to do is to zoom out of your life in September 2024, Leo, and watch yourself as if you were a fly on the wall. So don't just be in your body and your avatar the whole time. Take some time to zoom out and be like a fly that is observing you throughout the whole day, and watch what you do. Why are you doing this? And you'll see that a lot of it is just this automatic stuff, okay? And there could be people that you're relating to that are going to be affected by this, but I honestly see it being more so a positive thing for most of you. So the moon in your opportunity and the Hanged Man in your challenge, it's definitely very much so a spiritual month. And for many of you, there's going to be something about time. I'm predicting there's definitely something here about time distortion. A lot of you may feel like you're an observer, like you don't belong on this planet, like you're just observing your life. It's is this really my life? Why am I observing it differently now than I was just automatically living it before? And now I have this awareness coming in, and awareness is the most important thing. So that's good. I had something else I was going to say. It kind of slipped by my mind here. But awareness of certain unconscious thing. I had something really important to say, and it slipped by my mind. Hopefully it comes back if it needs to. But in your overall general energy, there's something about time distortion, deja vu, and some of you will feel like you're time traveling as well. Because when you heal past versions of yourself, you actually do mess with timelines. Okay, you're messing with timelines, I feel, in a really good way. In your overall general energy, you have the 8 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the 6 of Cups here. So in this energy, you're definitely walking away from some sort of emotional situation, and you're walking into the truth. I feel like there's been a situation that you've just been not analyzing, potentially out of fear of what it would mean for you. There's something that's been running on autopilot that now you're going to detect, and instead of saying, oh my God, my life is changing, so it's falling apart. Oh my God, my life is changing, and now I have to do it. I can't keep doing the old things the way that I used to I have to move on. I know deep in my heart I can't keep doing things the same way. It's not going to work. Instead of looking at that as a negative, this is part of your Dharma. You are walking right into the truth. This is also a new mental beginning for you. So this is a new mental beginning for you, and you're going to realize that really it's mind over matter out here on this earth. It's mind over matter. And like there's a certain excitement that you're going to have when you realize the story that you tell yourself about your life is going to make or break your life. A lot of you have been caught up in confusion. You've been caught up in the sad story. Like, how could this happen? It's a tragedy. But now you're going to say everything happens for a reason. And for some of you, you're going to get pieces and clues, but this is something that unfolds over time. And remember, with Draw Cool, everything is happening as it should. You are where you need to be. Even if it's uncomfortable, embrace the uncertainty. You know, that's what I was just kind of like walking around doing. Like, I'm in a completely different place in my life now. And I've just been like, it's like, I don't know. It's like new things, like ordinary things are exciting to me now. So maybe that's what's happening to you, like making the ordinary things more exciting. But you have the Six of Cups. There's some sort of truth coming out here about your childhood that's going to allow you to release illusion. What is this reading about? What is September about for Leos? There's some sort of truth that was distorted. I feel like it can be related to your childhood that is now being corrected, as painful as that is. Okay? And what this is going to do is what you're doing in September 2024, Leo, is you're going through the uncomfortable process of shifting your timeline. And Rome wasn't built in a day. The day that you plant the seed is not the same day that you eat the fruit. So there's a lot of spiritual changes happening right now. Focus on what you can control, because that's the only way that you can find happiness. And I really feel like in what you don't see coming, there's some sort of unexpected benefit. There's some sort of unexpected turn of events for the positive, because in what you don't see coming, Leo, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Star, and the Emperor. This is about your long-term legacy. This is about healing, regeneration, renewal, wish fulfillment, things that make you happy. The future, the future looks bright. Your future legacy is starting to look bright. And I feel like it has to do with you navigating through uncertainty for so long, telling yourself a sad story. Oh my God, I don't know why this is happening. And, the universe must be against me. And now you're gonna take the empowered perspective. You're going to be like the Emperor here, where you know that this was just all a big setup. This was all a big setup from the universe, from God, from the Most High for you. It was all a big setup for this moment, for September 2024. So it's not going to be easy, but this is a time where you're going to reap so many rewards, I feel, Leo. You are really going to feel in control of your own fate here. And your own future. That's what this is about, is that, hey, Leo, whatever's going on in the present moment, you don't know, because this isn't what you don't see coming. And this isn't your opportunity. So the universe has a whole big spiritual plan to make sure that you're wealthy, fulfilled, natural, and in control. And for a lot of you, Leo, if you're a single Leo out there, I really feel like you could meet the love of your life in September. You really could. And it might happen in a really uncertain way. It might happen in a really weird way. Because there's definitely something that you're releasing that just, like, that's what I get from this reading, is like, okay, I don't want to be gross. But I just have to give you the analogy that I'm getting for the Leos for September. You've had like this pimple that you've been trying to pop for like years, months, maybe even your whole life. Over the last couple months, you kind of gave up on it. You're like, this pimple just looks ugly. I'm never going to be able to freaking pop it. And it's just kind of stuck in this stagnant stalemate. And then this month, you're going to be like, like it just pops. There's something popping for you. There's some sort of moment of awakening happening for you. And it's all going to be related back to your true purpose in life and your Dharma. Now, it really depends. This is why it's so important for you to keep your vibration high right now. For you to focus on truth. Because for many of you, there could be also illusions that you surrender to if you're not careful. There can be lower vibrational timelines that now also get set in stone, depending on the story that you tell yourself about what's happening. The gift that God has given to us is that nothing has built-in meaning. Scrunchies are stupid. The first person that said, I have a scrunchie on and I like it, and everyone said, I like it too, scrunchies are a thing. Everything is neutral. Everything is stupid. We give it meaning. I have a cat next to me right now. It doesn't mean anything, but to me, it means a lot. So focus on meaning and how that can redirect the whole trajectory of your life, and be careful of the meaning that you give to things this month, Leo. Because that is in your control. I'm like sweating all over these cards. Today was not the day to wear a striped sweater. But I said all the time. Sandy pulls up, turns karmic, smashes me with a hammer. Okay, because it's winter. Oh my god. Okay, and you're at in your advice, you have the 7 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, and also the Tower here. 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, Tower. There's some sort of aloofness about your karma and seeds that were planted that's currently blowing up in your life here. Some of you were sitting on I'm going to be honest, some of you were like sitting cool. You were trying to ignore something that basically blows up in your face this month. Or the advice here is to look at your karma, like why things have happened to you the way that they have, right? Like, why did your life go down this way? I feel like whatever you were telling yourself needs to blow up at this time. So that's why your opportunity is the Moon here, and your advice is the Tower. There's some sort of story that you've been sitting on, like, oh, I'm Leo, and, my life has been misfortunate because I'm being punished in this life for living such a good one in the past life. Or I'm Leo, and I'm so fortunate in this life because blah, blah, blah. It's like everything has to go out the window, and hold on to what resonates for you, discard what doesn't resonate for you. But there's got to be a change to your story here. And there is the advice is that there can be a change to your karma. Karma. I need some, because karma, the truth is coming out about your karma. And that is relating, when I'm saying the word karma in this reading, I mean like things that have happened in the past, things to do with your childhood, things to do with your own mother, that you're realizing, oh, that's why this pattern exists. And there's something really good coming in for you. And it's all part of the universe's bigger plan. So oftentimes you are protected from knowing things because it would throw off a timeline for you. So trust me, God has his hand. God has her hand. God has its hand over your life right now, okay? So trust me about that. Let's see why the Moon is your opportunity. I sweat when I do these readings or when I do deep intellectual work. I'm smart despite you think I'm stupid. A story. Me, I'm like Dory. I don't remember and I don't say sorry. But they all want glory. But I ain't messing with... Okay, why is the Moon here? The Moon is clarified by the Lovers and the Hierophant here. So yeah, a lot of you are going to be facing uncertainty when it comes to your love life and your commitments, definitely at this time. The Lovers here is to do with soulmates and one-to-one relationships, and it's really about loving yourself as well. And I feel that there's going to be a tough decision that your opportunity is to commit to loving yourself first. Before you can attract someone who is going to treat you right, you have to treat yourself right first. And that means different things for different Leos at different stages of your journey. But right now, there's something about you putting the puzzle pieces together of why things have happened in your life. It's okay to use your logic right now. But it's important to use your logic to blow up certain belief systems. So reality is an amalgamation of your belief systems for most of us, for all of us. But what I'm saying here, Leo, is that there's something about redefining the relationship that you have with yourself that's not based on what's happening in the outside world. There's something about, like, if many of you have been going through struggles, it's like you in September are going to learn how to find the way to love yourself through the struggles. So how would someone benefit by being in a relationship with you? Or how do you value your own energy? Now, for others of you, there's definitely going to be facing big time uncertainty about your love life. But that's your opportunities to embrace the uncertainty within an umbrella of commitment, because as you change your frequency, everything changes around you. Let's see why the Hanged Man is here. Yeah, there could, for a lot of you, there's a commitment coming in for you in a way that you don't see. The Moon card in your opportunity, clarified by the Hierophant, the Lovers, and then in what you don't see coming, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Star, and the Emperor. For a lot of you Leos out there, you are going to be in a relationship in September, but it's going to rewrite the entire story of your life. So let that sink in. Wow. All right. Well, the Hanged Man is clarified by the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, there was some sort of story that you were telling yourself about your legacy. For some of you were really worried, like, maybe I destroyed my legacy. Maybe I made a mistake. But guess what? That's up to you. No one gets to decide that because reality is mental. Listen, you get to choose what you focus on. You could make a mistake, okay? You could make a really bad mistake, and you can have hundreds of people rioting in the streets saying how much they hate Leo. But as long as you learn from those mistakes, and you change yourself, and you look at yourself in a mirror, you will change your entire life. You will attract new people who support your story. It's mental. There's nothing outside of you that can control you. Besides the astrology. Okay? And look, I'm sorry. In your challenge, you have the Hanged Man. It's really challenging for you to surrender to some sort of truth that either there's something about someone's legacy here that is like hard for you to accept, but there also could be something about your own legacy that's hard for you to accept. But you're rewriting all of it. And anything that anyone does can't take anything away from you. And vice versa. Now, everyone's subjective reality combined equals objective reality. So let that sink in as well. But I just want to, why is the Ace of Swords here, Leo, in your overall general energy? The Two of Pentacles and also the Ace of Wands. Yeah, there's some sort of truth coming out that's so exciting to you. Like you're really expanding the higher mind. You're learning to become a teacher and to share what you know, and you're setting new intentions. And it's so exciting to you, but there's definitely something big up in the air, and it's not in your control right now, Leo. So the universe is asking you to blow things up, and in what you don't see, and this is why it's really important for you to rewrite your story, but also remain neutral to what the universe has for you. So, like, rewrite the bad stuff. Empower it. You get to decide that. But then in what you don't see coming, please expect fortune. Please expect healing. Please expect a sense of control to be brought back into your life. So with that being said, this is going to be a very intense month for you, but I think you got it.